Hey there, BrightLearn listeners. You're in for a fascinating deep dive today. I just got done reviewing an electrifying interview between Mike Adams of brighteon.com and Butch Carmack, a no-nonsense third-generation Texan running for county commissioner in Bastrop County, Texas. And let me tell you, this conversation was not your typical political chatter. We're talking about raw, unfiltered Texas values, local resilience, and some big-picture questions you won't hear from mainstream media. So, who is Butch Carmack? He's a small business owner, a family man, and a proud Texan who's been rooted in Bastrop County for over 21 years. He's not some polished politician. He's a regular guy who decided to step up because he couldn't stand the thought of seeing his community fall into the hands of out-of-touch bureaucrats or developer-backed puppets. His campaign is built on preserving rural Texas values, lower taxes, local control, and protecting families from the insanity creeping in from Austin and D.C. Now let's get into the juicy parts of this interview, because Mike didn't hold back. He hit Butch with questions most candidates never get asked, like, what happens if the dollar collapses? How will Bastrop County handle food and fuel shortages? And my personal favorite, what's the plan when a wave of refugees flees Austin's inevitable collapse and spills into the county? Buckle up, because Butch's answers were pure Texan pragmatism. No fluff, just real solutions. First up, immigration. Butch didn't mince words. He's fed up with illegal immigrants committing crimes, draining resources, and walking free while Texans foot the bill. He supports Sheriff Cook's tough stance and loves Governor Abbott's strategy of busing migrants to sanctuary cities. But here's his real take. Why stop there? If they're trespassing, arrest them and send them straight back across the border, he said. It's cheaper than shipping them to Chicago. And get this. Squatters? Butch isn't having it. He mentioned how Arizona's governor vetoed a bill that would have made it easier for property owners to kick out trespassers. His response: that's insane. In Bastrop, he'll push for laws protecting homeowners from losers who think they can just claim someone else's property. Here's where it gets brilliant. Butch knows that leftist ideology spreads fastest when transplants move in and change the culture. So his plan? Create more conservative jobs. Blue-collar industries, oil, manufacturing, agriculture, those bring in real Texans, he said. Places like Williamson County turned blue because of unchecked urban sprawl. But if Bastrop attracts liberty-minded businesses, it'll resist the Austin-style decay. Mike hit hard on the federal war on fossil fuels, how the EPA's EV mandates and drilling bans are suffocating Texas. Butch, who once worked at a refinery, schooled us on how these policies already wrecked jobs in his past. His take? Texas must defy D.C. How do you run a tractor on a battery? You don't. He sees the Fed's energy crackdown as economic suicide, and if they keep pushing, secession might be the only answer. On education, Butch is all in on parental rights. He supports homeschooling and slammed the pornographic filth creeping into school libraries. When Mike mentioned drag queen story hours, Butch laughed. When I was a kid, the most scandalous thing in school was a bloody nose from a playground fight. And get this, his county rejected school chaplains, not because they're against religion, but because the law was written so any group, including Satanists, could push their ideology. His solution? Teach kids real American values before the feds corrupt them. Butch Carmack isn't just running to manage a county, he's running to save it. From defending property rights to keeping taxes low, from standing with law enforcement to rejecting federal overreach, he's exactly the kind of leader Texas needs. And here's the kicker. His opponent? funded by big developers. Butch? He's backed by neighbors, not corporations. So if you're in Bastrop County, get behind this guy. And if you're not, take notes. This is how you fight for your community. Check out his site at butch4bastropcounty.com, and let's get more leaders like him into office. That's all for today, folks. Stay free, stay fierce, and keep fighting for the future. This is BrightLearn, signing off.
This has been a BrightLearn.ai summary of an interview between Butch Carmack and Mike Adams on May 13th, 2024. The full interview is available at brighteon.com, where you can also find podcasts and special reports by Mike Adams and other creators. Visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage of this interview and breaking news on critical stories that will keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.